You have exactly $100 left. Not in your account. In your hand. Cash. Your phone is off because you couldn't pay the bill. Your fridge has 2 eggs and a half-empty bottle of ketchup. And your landlord just slid a note under your door. Rent is due in 9 days. This is not rock bottom. This is the moment right before you decide to climb. You sit on the edge of your bed. Stickman. Slim. Simple. Wearing a clean white button-up and dark slacks. Because even broke, you kept your dignity. You look at that $100 bill, and you make a decision that changes everything. Level 1. The first move. You don't gamble it. You don't spend it on food. You open your laptop, your neighbor's Wi-Fi, password still, password 123, and you search one question. What can I flip for profit with $100? 3 answers come up over and over. Thrift store, reselling, buying and reselling event tickets. And one more, selling digital products. You don't have time to learn design. You don't have a product yet. But you do have one thing, a skill you never thought was worth money. You're good at organizing things. Spreadsheets, systems, checklists. You spend 4 hours building a simple budget tracker in Google Sheets. No logo, no branding, just clean, functional, and useful. You list it on Gumroad for $8. Then you go to bed. At 2:14 in the morning, your phone buzzes on the charger you borrowed from a neighbor. First sale? $8. You stare at that notification for a full minute. Something just shifted. Level 2. The engine starts. $8 becomes 16. 16 becomes 40. By the end of the week, you've made $92, almost doubling your start, without leaving your apartment. But then it stops. No new sales. 3 days of silence. You almost quit. You almost convince yourself it was luck. Instead, you post in 3 Facebook groups and 1 Reddit thread. Just a simple message. I made this for myself, and it actually worked. Sharing it for free for 24 hours. 47 downloads in 1 day. You raise the price to $12. Sales come back, and they come faster. You realize something. People don't just want the product. They want to believe it will solve a real problem. You weren't selling a spreadsheet. You were selling the feeling of being in control. You take $50 of your earnings and buy a simple Canva Pro subscription. You redesign the cover image. You write a better description. Your conversion rate doubles. By the end of the month, you've cleared $420 in profit from $100 in 30 days. Level 3. The first real risk. Now you have a decision to make. Play it safe or go bigger. You find out there's a small business owner in your area, a woman named Dana, who runs a local cleaning company. She's drowning in paperwork, scheduling, invoices, client follow-ups. It's all chaos. She can't afford an office manager, but she can afford you. You offer to build her a complete operations system, custom spreadsheets, scheduling templates, an invoice tracker for $300. She says yes. You've never done this professionally. You're nervous. Your hands are actually shaking when you open your laptop that night. You spend a week building it. You stay up past midnight 3 times. You deliver it on a Thursday afternoon. Dana opens the file, goes quiet for a moment, and then says, "This is exactly what I needed." $300 lands in your account. But more importantly, Dana refers you to 2 other small business owners in her network. You now have clients. You're not a person selling spreadsheets anymore. You're running a service. Level 4. Scaling up. With over $1,000 saved, something changes in how you move. You stop reacting. You start planning. You raise your rates. $150 per project becomes $250. $250 becomes 400. Clients don't leave. They respect it because your work backs it up. You hire a virtual assistant for $8 an hour to handle your inbox and scheduling. It feels strange, paying someone else, but it frees you up to take on more projects. 1 month later, you're making more than you ever did at your old job. But you know this isn't the ceiling. One of your clients, a man named Marcus, who runs a small marketing agency, looks at your work and says something you weren't expecting. Have you ever thought about turning this into a course? You hadn't, but you couldn't stop thinking about it after. Level 5. The course that changed everything. You spend 3 weeks building a simple online course. No fancy camera, no studio, just a screen recording, a clear voice, and real systems that actually work. You call it Organize Everything. A beginner's guide to building business systems without the overwhelm. You price it at $97. Launch day comes. Nothing happens. 1 hour passes, 2 hours. You refresh the page so many times your finger goes numb. Then, a sale. Then another. By the end of day 1, 11 sales. Over $1,000 in a single day. You sit back in your chair. The same chair you sat in when you held that last $100 bill. The same room. The same walls. But you are not the same person. Level 6. The setback. Nobody talks about. Week 3 of the course launch. A customer leaves a harsh review. Overhyped. Nothing new here. It stings. Bad. You read it 5 times. You almost write a defensive reply. You almost pull the course down entirely. Instead, you sit with it. You look at your other reviews. 31 positive ones, 1 harsh one. You update the course. Add 2 new modules. Improve the onboarding. Sales pick back up. Here's what you learn in that moment. Setbacks don't end the game. They show you where the gaps are. The people who quit here never find out what's on the other side. You keep going. Level 7. Crossing the line. 6 months later, your course has generated over $60,000 in revenue. You've reinvested into ads, a better website, and a small team of 2, a designer and a customer support person. You license your system templates to a mid-sized company for a flat fee of $25,000. Then another. You're not just selling products now. You're selling intellectual property. Systems people pay for over and over. At month 11, you cross it. $1 million in total revenue. Not from inheritance, not from luck. From a $100 bill, a borrowed Wi-Fi connection, and a Google Sheet you almost didn't bother finishing. You stand at the window. Stickman. Same face, same frame, same simple design. But everything around you is different now. Level 8. $1 million moment. Here's the thing. Nobody tells you about the $1 million moment. It doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels quiet, calm, like something finally clicking into place. Because the million wasn't the point. The point was that first sale, at 2:14 in the morning, $8, proof that what you made had value. Everything after that was just the same lesson, repeated at a higher level. Start with what you have. Solve a real problem. Learn from every setback. Reinvest. Scale. The $100 wasn't the seed money. You were.